The class is taught by Advanced Fleet Management Tube. Learn about our training, consulting, and electrification services in fleet management. Introduction. This lesson develops the bankruptcy of electric van manufacturer Arrrival. The bankruptcy of Arrival. Arrrival promised to reinvent electric vehicle manufacturing with microfactories and a 20,000 van order from UPS. However, it didn't sell a single one and ended up in bankruptcy. Born amid the boom in the electric vehicle sector, the British company Arrrival argued that small, inexpensive, modular microfactories located close to customers could replace large production plants. Its flagship product, the Arrrival van, dazzled investors and secured UPS's backing with an order for 10,000 units with an option for another 10,000, while the company showcased prototypes of electric buses and city cars. The industrial reality was quite different after the prototypes and pre-production runs. Delays piled up, certification did not translate into production, and the company ran out of revenue to sustain its operations. In 2024, the company went into administration in the United Kingdom, and its parent company was declared bankrupt in Luxembourg. Part of the machinery was sold to Canoo, and the rest of the assets were liquidated. That was Arrrival's plan, and that's how it turned out. The operational plan centered on two hubs, Bicester in the United Kingdom and Charlotte Rock Hill in the United States. Arrrival argued that, rather than spending hundreds of millions or billions on a gigafactory, it could transform existing warehouses into microfactories equipped with robots and autonomous trolleys, scalable to meet local demand. That was the core of its technological and financial proposal. Between 2021 and 2022, the company showcased prototypes and announced the first pre-production units for validation while adjusting the production schedule. However, achieving a stable production volume proved much more difficult. Process implementation, quality, supply, and certifications became complicated just as the cash flow situation was tightening. The leap from the testing phase to mass production was postponed quarter after quarter. By the end of 2022, Arrrival reordered its priorities to focus on the United States, drawn by the market's size and incentives, and slowed down the launch in Bicester. The shift required more capital and time, but the cycle of high interest rates and the funding drought made it difficult to secure an injection that would align the schedule, suppliers, and certifications. The result was a drain on cash without revenue to offset it. By 2023, Arrrival had accumulated staff cuts and delays that it had communicated to the market. The idea of microfactories remained attractive, but industrializing two continents at once, without a base of marketable vehicles in the short term, took a financial and operational toll. Ultimately, it never even managed to sell vans or buses in series production. On the 5th of February 2024, a point of no return was reached in the United Kingdom. Arrrival UK and Arrrival Automotive UK were placed into administration, and EY Parthenon was appointed as joint administrator by court order. Its mission is to preserve value, sell the assets, and satisfy creditors to the extent possible. A few months later, the parent company suffered a legal setback. On the 10th of June 2024, Arrrival announced that the Luxembourg court had declared Arrrival bankrupt on the 22nd of May 2024. From that point on, management ceased operations, and the group's assets were headed toward liquidation and sale. At the same time, the good part of the group was sold off piece by piece. In March 2024, Canoo announced the purchase at a significant discount of advanced manufacturing equipment and other assets from Arrrival in the United States, packed into more than 20 containers bound for its plants in Oklahoma. This was a sale of assets, not an acquisition of an operating company. The insolvency filings highlight the disparity, as various media outlets reported that the British company's debt amounted to nearly €230 million, while it had less than €173,000 in cash, and the theoretical value of its inventory of machinery, vehicles, and intellectual property would be difficult to realize in an expedited process. The financial situation explains why there was no bailout to protect the shareholders. The reason for Arrrival's bankruptcy lies in the gap between concept and execution. Microfactories can work, but they require a mature product, customers with firm orders, suppliers who can keep up, and patient capital. Arrival tried to do everything at once, 2 regions, multiple product lines, and when revenue failed to materialize and capital became more expensive, the model collapsed. The rest was due to fixed costs, the quality curve, and the volatility of the capital markets. Thank you for your time. The class has developed the bankruptcy of electric van manufacturer Arrrival. See you soon.